Hi guys, it's Naz here. My stupid phone didn't record my voiceover when I was sewing this, but this is just a quick tutorial on how I sew hooves. So pretty much I've got my hoof here. What I usually do is I pin top, bottom, left and right, and then I pin between those, and then I pin between those again, and then I flip it over on the other side of the hoof and pin between all the spaces that it's left over. So I use dressmaking pins, but you can see how close all the pins are together. There's probably no more than 5 millimeters between each pin at the maximum. And this just stops your hoof from moving, slipping around. It doesn't give it any chance to move, so it's definitely going to stay. So pretty much I have my walking foot, which is really necessary for hooves, I think. I don't really sew based on the lines on the top of the hoof. I just imagine a circle and I try and sew and just let the walking foot guide it around, and I'd slide it in that circle shape. But it's super easy if you've done enough pins like I have. You pretty much just guide it around and make sure that it's gone over the seam at the front and the back, so you don't have a hole where the hoof meets the seam of the leg. So I'll show you what it's like just going around, but this is just with one hand, so it's pretty easy. I only did this because I had to record at the same time, so you can see the walking foot just pulls it around, going over the seam, which I've already clipped. You don't want to go over an unclipped seam because that's a bit difficult. And then I'll just sew over where I started just to fix it in place. So that's pretty much it. And that's the hoof sewn. So you can see it's a pretty good circle. It's just a bit squished up at the moment. Take all the pins out. But yeah, so this is the hoof. Once the seam allowance is cut off, you can see it looks like a pretty good circle. So I'll go and put hard plastic in there because I like the flat bottoms of the hooves. So this is just me going around once again without stopping. So you can see how quickly it goes around. It's really easy. So I used to really struggle with hooves, but doing it this way and taking the time to pin, it's really worth it because your hooves are super easy to sew.